Welcome back to another video. My name is Evan Ulbricht. I'm a professional surf and sports photographer here in San Diego. I'm super excited about this video. I have a ton of photos from Hawaii that I'm going to be editing for you guys here, showing some travel photography tips, how to take your photos to the next level. So let's get right into it. I have 6 images right here. And yeah, let's just get into it. So the first thing I would do for this image, this is honestly a super cool vertical image. First thing, what is this blue thing right there? Like a weird flower kind of sticking out. But I really like these colors. Usually I work with more blue colors at the beach, like these other photos we'll do in a little bit later. But this was honestly a really cool, like rainforesty type shot of this waterfall. And it was really framed amazing by these plants right here. So big fan of this photo. First thing is I'd probably crop it down. I think probably like 4:5 is usually like what people use on Instagram and social media now. So I think this looks better, so it's not too much height up top. You could almost go like square with this photo as well, but I'll probably leave it here for now and we can edit it a little bit later. And let's see, so for my presets, I haven't done a ton of like landscape presets, honestly. Might make some if you guys want me to, because I do have a lot of landscape photos, but just haven't used a ton because usually my surf photography presets can be used with both. So let's see kind of the difference here between this lake one, summer one. I don't know if it's not updating or these like are very similar. Okay, let's go with this lake one. I like the green right here. Let's see what we can do here. I really like these colors popping. If anything, I'd take the greens down a little bit. And I think I'd make them a little bit like darker. So let's see this color mixer. Whoa. Let's see the luminance. Yeah, they're up definitely a little too high. So yeah, you can see right there what I'm doing with this. So I would take it down probably around like 10. So from these first couple things, you could see just that preset added a ton of color. And then just making it, I don't like it when these colors are too kind of blown out. So that's kind of why I wanted to do that. And I would make the saturation probably +10, because +20 could be a little bit too much for that, especially. Let's check out the contrast. I feel like high contrast looks really good on this photo. So maybe around like 7. You're like, even just the details and stuff right here looks so clean with that high contrast. So I really like that. The blacks down, which I like. The whites, I don't know. Let's see what I want for this. Yeah, I mean, the whites is basically just in the middle of the image. I'll take it down a tiny bit because you don't want the waterfall kind of too blown out. Let's see. This thing, it's like a weird flower. It's honestly kind of cool. Okay, so for this photo, like honestly, I don't know what else I would do with this photo because I feel like it looks pretty good. If anything, I might try to crop it a little bit differently just to make sure it's not like too much space above and below the waterfall. But I probably want to center the waterfall kind of like that. Throw this in there. I really like that. And I'd probably try to like get this little branch thing out. So something like that. I feel like this looks good. And if anything, I'd maybe take a little bit more from the top. Yeah, but honestly, this is an amazing shot. And this one right next to it's the same exact shot, but it's shot horizontally instead of vertically. So let's just copy and paste the edits. That's what I always do if I have a ton of photos that are the same kind of color and all of that. Makes your editing process so much easier. If you do not do that, please start doing that. It makes it so much better. So the first thing I noticed is this is a little bit more blown out than it was before. So what we can do here is you can either do the object or subjects. It doesn't really like matter, but for this photo, it'd probably be a lot harder to find the subject since there's like a ton going on and it would probably be like, what the heck? But let's do this. Just pull the object. I'm just gonna pull this whole water right here, turn the highlights down a little bit. I think that'll help a lot. Let's see what this did. All right, perfect. So highlights, I think I'll probably turn it down. Let's see. So you can see right away, it makes a huge difference. Maybe just like 10. I think that honestly makes a big difference. And you can see just from copy and pasting those edits and then also changing this, and it's a completely different photo and just looks honestly pretty good already. So let's see. Let's go back to the normal edits. Let's get back the edit. Doesn't want to load for me. Okay, right here. So let's see, maybe a tiny bit too green. And what would I do for this crop? So I'd probably take it down, make sure it's a nice and tight crop because you don't want too much around it, obviously. I don't know if I like this kind of branch under it. So if anything, I'm going to cut out the branch like right there. Take this a little bit less. And yeah, I honestly really like this shot. Like I might move it a little bit more like centered like that, but I think that's all I would do for this photo. Super happy with how this shot turned out, kind of just like checking out waterfalls, stopped right here and found this cool little like window frame right for this waterfall. So it turned out well. Let's go to this next photo, which was at a bamboo forest actually. I'm gonna try to copy and paste the other edits. Yeah, it looks a little bit off, so let's kind of see what we can do here. So yeah, that honestly looks pretty good, this lake vibe. Sometimes I'll use my like surf photography and other presets if I don't know what to use, but I think this could look good. We just might have to change some stuff, a little bit too blue for me, so I'm gonna go here. For the greens, we can almost make it like greener, which I like, and the luminance is way too high because I like how it's dark, like the bamboo should be dark in this. Okay, so that was turned down as well. Okay, so let's turn that up a little bit for the hue, saturation. We could turn this luminance could be down a tiny bit. So we already got huge difference in this. And just look at the colors before and after is crazy, the difference. And I love how this right here is actually in the foreground, kind of in front, so it makes it kind of two layers, which I really like. This does the same thing, but this part's pretty ugly right here. So I honestly would probably like try to get rid of it. And look, we can also kind of see what the AI does on this, but I definitely am not a huge fan of this like part right here. Let's see, let me try to, doesn't want me to click on it. Doesn't want to deal with it, removing it. All right, let's see what we can do. So I think I'm gonna try to just grab this whole like section that's kind of just like wooded and dead and see if it'll change it to like more vibrant and everything that's around it. I think that would honestly be super cool. It would make a huge difference in the photo if it's a little bit more alive. I'm just gonna take this much, kind of just a whole corner of the photo and see what we can do. I've definitely had like hit or miss results doing this. Sometimes it works super well. Sometimes it does not work well. You can totally notice, but I've also had it totally like transform photos, especially with something like this, how it's a little bit closer, you can definitely notice it. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, okay, that's already looking a lot better. So something like that, you could definitely tell a little bit, I feel like. Let's see what the second one is. Okay. Oh, sometimes you have to do it again too and see what kind of happens, but oh, okay, okay. Like, where's this branch coming out of though? Like, okay, honestly, I'm not gonna take a ton of time to do that, but that honestly looks a lot better already. For the crop, like, definitely depends just kind of what you're going for. I think that I like how the sky's right here. If anything, I'd turn down the light blues so you can get the sky to pop a little bit more. Let's see if that works. Is that the right blue? Let's see. I could actually grab this sky right here. Sky. Usually this works super well. Makes it a lot faster as well if you do this. And just really makes your photos pop by using these different colors and having different layers is really how you get your photos to pop, and what I've done to make a huge difference in my photos, honestly. Like, it has made such a big difference in everything that I've shot after trying to layer more, work with different compositions. Like even this, like this is centered right here, but it's still not fully centered, and there's other stuff going on around here. And you don't even really know like which way the photo should be. So it's a pretty interesting composition here, which I could make it straighter, which would look like that, which looks good as well. So let's see. I honestly like this piece right here on the right-hand side. I feel like that looks super good, but it definitely looks a little bit off if it's not centered. I don't know if it should be straight or not. That's a tough thing. Like right here, it's like, what do you think's the best? And it's kind of just an educational guess or what you think looks better. Like that's kind of the fun part about photography too, is there's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever you think works better. I'd probably go here, like almost a little bit slanted. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth on this. Let's Let's see. What do you guys think? Tell me down below in the comments. All right, I'm going with the straight one just to be safe here. So I'll go for that. This photo within a couple of clicks. I don't like to do a ton of editing, but I definitely like to enhance the colors, make it pop as much as possible. But you also want it to be natural colors, where this photo was raw, so obviously the colors are pretty flat, where basically all I did is just make sure that these colors stand out more, the colors that were already there. So yeah, I'm super happy with this edit right here. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. So this is before, and this is the after once it loads, because it does not want to load right now. There you go. If anything, yeah, the saturation's a little too high. That's the thing too. You have to like look at photos a bunch to like make sure you're done editing. So like I'll go back through these photos multiple times, make small changes, but yeah, it's a little bit too bright on here, a little bit not bright enough, stuff like that. So this is the before, and this is the after. Once it loads again, because it doesn't want to load for me. Boom, maybe. Yep. There you go. So I think that honestly looks super good. Let me know what you think. Let's go to the next one here. This is honestly an amazing photo. I'm super happy with how these turned out. I was on this spot for a long time trying to get these photos, and it was like a super sketchy cliff, but honestly, such a sick spot to shoot from. So I'm super excited about this. I'm going to go with my surf photography ones here. I think that these are going to look really good. Let's kind of see what I want to pick. I think the deep tones looks really good. I'm a big fan of the deep tones preset. Gonna take the vibrance down a little bit since the colors are already like super bright and super vivid. You don't want it to be too crazy, obviously. Gonna take the vibrance up a little bit because it looks a little bit too blue. And then what I would also do is the background. It doesn't look too blue, but I'll take the saturation down a tiny bit. And then I do like these cliffs up front. Okay, so let's see. And then also this doesn't look straight. Let's try to auto straighten it. Nope, doesn't want it. All right, boom. And I usually just use these lines to make sure it's like as straight as possible. So you can see right here, they're pretty connected with that line. And then, yeah, so that looks pretty straight right there. Let's drag this a little bit lower. Okay. I like that. I don't want too much of this cliffside, but I think that it also frames the photo pretty nicely. And then I do like Adobe Vivid. Big Adobe Vivid fan. It makes your photos a lot more bold and makes them stand out. So I'm a big fan of that. Contrast is down, which I'm not a big fan of, especially photos like this. I like the contrast within, especially all of the colors right here. I think that looks good. Let's see. There's like a red in the rocks right here. So I wonder if I can make that stand out a little bit more. Yeah, you can see it makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay. Maybe I'll try to brighten it like 10, and then the saturation a little bit more. So that's already a huge difference on this photo. What else would I even do to this photo? Like, this photo's good. If anything, I'd want the composition to be a little bit more left focused, which I also have photos of that too. So I will edit those as well. But let's go to the next photo right here. Copy, paste, and boom. So this is just a little bit of a different angle. Again, I would also make sure it's straight. That, make sure, I would take a little bit of this off. Honestly, you could do something like this as well, where this is like the top of the image. Something like this looks interesting, where you crop it a lot more. And I think this is honestly a cool shot as well. I was trying to get it hitting the rocks right here so you can kind of see it going up, and then also the explosion off the rock. I think that looks super good. And let's see, also the water right here looks amazing. I mean, look at this water. This looks crazy right here. And this is taken on the Canon R5 as well. So the pixels, when you blow this up, will look really good. Let's copy and paste this right here. Yeah, so this looks honestly great. Boom, right here. If anything, I'd crop it a little bit, because usually you're not going to use a 2x3 vertical photo. It's just like super weird. I don't know. So if anything, I'd go something like this. This is an interesting photo because there's like there's like 5 different layers right here. Like, you have this really close up, these rock line, then you have the water, then you have the front of the cliff, then you have these plants kind of up here in this side of the cliff, and then you have this big background, and then you also have this island in the background of clouds. So there's a lot going on in this photo. This is a super interesting photo, like having it layered this many times, but this looks super good. And yeah, I don't even know what else I would do with it, but then I use these stars right here. So like I'll go through it the first time, give it a 1 star, then I'll go through them again, kind of pick my favorite ones from that, go to 2 stars, and I keep going until I get to 5 stars, have my base photos to edit. And then obviously when I go through and edit them, I'll go back. So I'll be like, hey, this photo, like I actually want, I think the greens to stand out a little bit more. So I'm gonna turn the shadows up because I feel like they're a little bit too dark, right like around here. Like even right here and here feels a little bit dark. So I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit. So it goes from that to that, and then also I can copy these, or I can just go to the next photo and be like, yeah, it's probably around the same. It's a little bit dark. It's actually not too bad right there, but I still would probably want it a little bit better. So I'd probably take it like, and I always go to the extremes just to see what it would look like. But something like that, I feel like looks good. Have a lot of great colors in here. I think just the reds and stuff, the oranges, the browns, these look super amazing. And although the water is not like perfectly blue, I think this is a really cool shot. And usually when the water falls, it's not like perfectly blue water. So it just shows it's been raining a ton. For this photo, I honestly like this photo. Like I feel like it's like almost an abstract photo at like a bamboo forest, which it was taken at, but it's like you don't really know like where it's at or what it is. It's just like some crazy trees and stuff like that. So I like that photo, honestly. If anything, I'd make the sky pop out a little bit more right here. So I'd go, and we already have actually the subject for the sky. So I'd just click it, and I'd go highlight down even more. And then if anything, I'd take this temperature and take it even more, just to make it stand out a little bit more. I love those layers, and that layering looks really good right there. For these 3 kind of the same type of photos, I honestly really love these colors. Like this color in this photo is crazy to me. This would look insane in a print. And then even the vertical photo is a super unique photo. The water looks amazing, and it looked like that actually naturally. So pretty amazing. And yeah, super excited for this. I feel like these photos came out amazing. Let me know if you have any more questions down below. But yeah, overall, had an amazing time in Hawaii and was so happy with these photos. Let me know if you want to see me edit more photos from Hawaii. I think I had like 1,000 something that I took, and I had 300 that I was going to edit. So definitely going to have a lot more time to edit soon. So let me know if you want to see that as well. But thanks for watching. Comment down below what you liked about these photos and which photo was your favorite. Hope this video helped you out, and see you next one.